Tonight, we're going to turn over the floor for a few minutes to our most senior reporter, our elder statesman of sorts, Fox 9 investigator Tom Lyden.
As you may have heard, Tom is leaving Fox 9 after 30 years. So this is not his typical story, but it's a story that's his to tell. And for many of you, it may be your story too. Here's Tom Lyden.
Good evening, everyone. This month, I celebrate 30 years at Fox 9. In that time, I have literally brought you thousands of stories, many tragic, some hopeful, from serial killers to cult leaders, bridge collapses to civil unrest.
Kids in the neighborhood tell us it was common knowledge. This was a place you could come and party with Sandra Frederick. You can see all the beer cans here. According to the criminal charges, the 14-year-old who fired the fatal shot, he'd had about 14 beers and a couple shots of Southern Comfort. One of the things investigators fear is that Cunanan may now be enjoying the thrill of the kill. Well, Jeff and Robin, whether it's because of the alert or the anniversary, there seems to have been a palpable change here at Ground Zero tonight. I would call it a certain edginess, a nervousness. Certainly security has been turned up a notch. Right now we're going into a Whole Foods here in New Orleans. The alarm has gone off and the store is empty. Clearly, there's been looting going on in here, but authorities care less about this kind of looting for food than they care about TVs or VCRs. Barry, in a better world, we'd be here at Harding tonight talking about their undefeated football team behind me. Instead, we're talking about the so-called extracurriculars nowadays. We're talking about gangs and guns and two kids who almost died because of it. Let me try to give you a sense of how this all happened. Around 3:15 today, a plane was having engine troubles. According to witnesses, it was sputtering.
I've really tried over the years to hold politicians, prosecutors, and police accountable, even the occasional archbishop.
From Channel 9.
You turn that off?
No.
Well, I'm going to do that.
Okay, we'll go with you.
And while I've never been your soft and fuzzy guy, I always tried to find our shared humanity, even if it was buried in paperwork and bureaucracy.
This tornado cut an 8 to 10 mile swath through this part of LeSueur County. Well, Robin, with 58 homicides so far this year, we started wondering, where are all these guns coming from? Police say many times they're sold right out of cars on the street. In some cases, you can buy a piece for just 50 bucks.
It's been about 45 minutes since they've taken him into the operating room. They've taken out his injured spleen, and basically right now they're looking for any additional internal injuries, and then they're going to sew him up and take him out again to recover. All of that in 45 minutes.
Much of my work took place in city halls and courthouses throughout Minnesota.
Do you feel like the National Guard was slow-walked into Minneapolis for whatever reason?
But I have always been backed by an amazing team, a gifted team of photographers and producers. I'm especially proud of the work we did in 2019 with The Last Harvest, a series that gave voice to Minnesota farmers suffering through drought and economic uncertainty.
This company running the auction has 45 more auctions before the year is over, and most of them are farm couples like the Bratches, really on the bubble, trying to make the call about whether to keep going and go deeper into debt or whether to get out while the getting's good.
We examine the history of redlining and racism in North Minneapolis.
The only thing that separates these two neighborhoods is a bridge and a history of racism.
And along with my colleagues, we re-examine the broader historical narrative of our state in our series, Minnesota Untold.
Then and now, there is no overall strategy about what to do with the people who are displaced. Tear down the buildings, raise the camps. The people, the human beings, are just pushed ever further to the margins of society.
My press pass gave me a front row seat to history. History still unfolding before our very eyes and on our various screens. Listen, I've been around long enough that in the 1990s, I did a series about this amazing new thing called the internet, the World Wide Web. The young folks at the station love to dig that gem out of the archive.
Now, in the old days, to get on the internet, you had to know about everything going on here inside your computer. Bits, bytes, command lines, protocol. You almost had to be a computer expert.
That was then, and this is now. The internet is a lot more user-friendly, especially something called the World Wide Web.
But over 3 decades, there is one story I haven't shared. My own. If you've seen me a little less lately, it's because I've been living here in Mariposa in Central California. 2 years ago, my father was diagnosed with lung cancer. He died in January of last year, followed by my aunt a few months later. My husband, Fred, and I sold our house in South Minneapolis and moved here to take care of my 86-year-old mother, Bobby, to hopefully allow her to live out her days at home. Our sacrifice is hardly unusual, and here I will jump back in to reporter mode. Some 42 million Americans are providing support to a family member, relative, or close friend. It is a huge demographic bubble heading our way, turning us into a nation of caregivers. A desperate shortage in long-term care and nursing will only make this more difficult and more urgent. Unpaid family members are providing an estimated $600 billion in free labor. It's not really free, of course, because of the opportunity cost. Jobs people can no longer keep, or at least do the same way. An estimated $522 billion in lost wages. I'm very lucky. Fox 9 has been incredibly generous in allowing me to work remotely here in California and traveling back to Minnesota every couple of months to do on-the-ground reporting. I am forever grateful. And while remote work is a lifeline for so many, it is hard to be a local news reporter when you live in another state. And so I'm making the very difficult decision to leave Fox 9 after 30 years. Ironically, I've moved to an area that between epic fires and floods seems to have no shortage of news. Behind me is the Oak Fire, the latest big fire in California. I am also standing in my mother's backyard. Mariposa is an old gold rush town tucked in the Sierra foothills, squeezed between Yosemite and the San Joaquin Valley. But leaving Minnesota, my colleagues at the station, friends I love, my neighbors on Harriet Avenue who I've known for a quarter century, is literally the hardest thing my husband and I have ever done. But my mother, Bobby, actually makes the decision quite easy. She is a delight most of the time, and I have no doubt we're improving her quality of life. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, well, just have her come out here to Minnesota. In fact, she has offered. One problem, she hates the cold and the snow. And it would mean taking her away from everything she knows and loves. Her home, her garden, and her land. I'll share a moment with you the other day. We were walking outside when we saw this. Look.
Oh my goodness!
An amazing rainbow overhead, followed by an encore of an equally amazing sunset. I want to give her, my husband, and me as many rainbows and sunsets as I possibly can. And while I'm leaving Minnesota, for now, I may return from time to time to report on some of the things I really care about. If you know me, you know I can't quite quit Fox 9. At some point soon, somewhere, somehow, I'll get back to telling other people's stories, as soon as I figure out my own.
I think the thing that many of our viewers don't know about Tom, and what we all know about Tom, is as good as he was at being hard in an interview, at asking hard questions, at chasing down people, he is an extremely sensitive, giving, and thoughtful person, which makes it that much harder for us to see him go. So we decided that we would say so long to Tom and not goodbye.
That's right. And it's hard to put into words the impact that he's had. We watched it from across the street for many, many years. And to give a voice to those who don't have a voice is one of the most rewarding things that you can do in this career. So thank you to Tom for doing that for all of those people.
I remember starting here and walking by the hallway and it'd be like, oh, that's Tom Lyden. Like, I'm going to go back to the Weather Center now. And now it's, oh, there's Tom. And that's the one thing about him. There's Tom. He's just Tom.
Yeah.
So Godspeed, Tom.
He's given so much to this state, and he's helped so many people, and he's been such a huge presence here that we will miss him terribly. But we know he will stay in touch, and we believe that he will be back in some form at some point. So good for him for taking care of his family, and that's super important. And in his world, in the world of many people, including our own, that is number one.
It's amazing, right? How admirable, how wonderful.
Absolutely.